When life hands you lemons, make all this delicious food. Today I'm showing you some of my favorite vibrant recipes. Let's start off the bat with dessert, and I'm talking an easy dessert because that's the way I bake. These are a cross between a lemon bar meets a cheesecake in the best way possible. These easy lemon squares start with one of our favorite shortcuts, some crescent dough. We're just gonna unroll it in the bottom of a 9x13 that's been lined with foil and sprayed with cooking spray. Okay, crust takes about 5 seconds. Now for that lemony cheesecake filling. Y'all, this is so good. I love using lemons in recipes because they really brighten up a dish, especially in the summer. It makes you feel like you're eating something light and refreshing. Start by beating together 2 blocks of softened cream cheese and some sugar. And to that, we're gonna add the zest and juice of our star. Save some of your zest in a side bowl that's gonna go on the top. And then we'll just beat together the zest and the juice in with our cream cheese mixture. All right, we're gonna spread this filling over our crescent dough and then top it with another roll. For our final step, we're just gonna brush it with some melted butter and then toss together our remaining lemon zest with some sugar and sprinkle it on top. In the oven it goes, about 30 minutes. God, this looks so good. Look at this. You have to let it cool completely, and then I like to refrigerate it for a while so it cuts into beautiful little squares. And just look at how cute these are. This whole pan makes a lot, so this is a great dessert to serve for a crowd for not a lot of money. You know I like that. Cheesecake is one of my favorite things, and so is like a coffee cake, so you put those 2 things together in this bright lemony flavor. So good, this little sugary crust, also known as the perfect bite. Just make this, you'll thank me later. Now I'm showing you my whole lemon lemonade with vodka, because boozy is better. The main thing you need to know if you want to make whole lemon lemonade with or without vodka is that you want to choose lemons that have a thinner skin. You don't really want a thick rind on it or it'll be a little bit bitter. The way to tell if your lemon has a thin skin is if it's kind of smooth. Just quarter your lemons, cut off any extra rind and cut out the center line and any seeds that you see, but we're going to strain this later. Toss it right in the blender. To that, we're just gonna throw in some sugar and water. Perfect, it's good and frothy. This is like a creamy lemonade. We're gonna strain it and stir in the vodka. That's on time. I like this like I like my men, you know, good and strong. But if you wanna stretch this further, you can top it with a little club soda. For me, it's delicious, just straight over the rocks. A little basil leaf, because it's just summer and basil and lemon go great together. Oh, you have to try this, trust me. Next, I'm showing you how to turn your lemons into a secret weapon, also known as preserved lemons. They add this sort of like briny citrus flavor, and I have a recipe for quick preserved lemons, so this is not like the old technique of soaking them in salt for days and days. Starts by slicing very thinly 1 large lemon. We'll take our thinly sliced lemon and place them in a small saucepan with a couple tablespoons of kosher salt and some water. We'll bring these to a boil and let them simmer for about 10 minutes until they get nice and tender. I'm gonna drain them, chop them up, and turn them into the best vinaigrette ever. We're gonna add our lemons into a bowl and mix them with some more of the fresh, bright lemon juice, a little bit of white balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and some spices. This is just a great base vinaigrette right here. It is so good. It can just really take a dish to another level. Today, I'm going to toss it with some cooked baby potatoes and arugula. It's gonna make the most delicious, restaurant-worthy side dish. You really just can't understand it until you make it yourself and experience this goodness. Just keep those preserved lemons or make the vinaigrette and just leave this on hand. Promise it'll be your little secret weapon in the kitchen. Speaking of secret weapons, the next one is turning your lemons into lemon curd. Now you've seen lemon curd, it kind of sounds old-fashioned. It's just like a filling for cakes and pies, but I'm gonna show you why it's important to have a little lemon curd on hand. The great thing about this recipe is everything goes in the saucepan at one time. It does require constant stirring, but it only takes like 6 minutes, so you got this. It's good to have your butter in cubes so it disperses as you whisk consistently and gradually. Then you just whisk everything over medium-low heat until it gets thick and bubbles start to rise to the surface. It'll take about 6 minutes. You can make this up to a week ahead, so it's just, again, good to have on hand if you know company's coming and you just want to throw a quick dessert together. You'll want to let it cool completely before you use it regardless, but if you're going to store it in the fridge, you want to cover it with some plastic and you want it to touch the surface so it doesn't form a skin. Here's one I made yesterday. You'll see the plastic is touching the surface so a skin could not form. And I'm going to show you a couple great ways to use it. First, grab you some store-bought necessities like some fresh fruit, store-bought pound cake, and make this delicious no-bake dessert, a little lemon blueberry trifle. If you've got that homemade lemon curd on hand, you can transform homemade or store-bought cookie dough into delicious thumbprint cookies. Get them partially baked with a thumbprint in them, and then fill them with a little of our homemade curd. The recipe I'm using is a simple shortbread recipe. We have this at allrecipes.com, so we'll attach the link below. After you've filled them, we're gonna go back in the oven for about 5 to 8 minutes. Look at these little cute little lemon coins. When these have cooled completely, you drizzle them with a little icing we made, lemon curd, the new secret weapon. It makes your like jaws do that tingle thing. You know what I'm talking about. Lemon spaghetti is about to be your new favorite weeknight meal. We're going to create this sauce in just a bowl and toss some cooked pasta in there. It doesn't get much easier than that. Into the bowl goes a ½ cup of lemon juice. Woo! Oops. ½ cup of good olive oil, freshly grated Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. The heat and the starch from the pasta is gonna melt that cheese and create this lusciously creamy sauce. Can you just smell the freshness? I'm gonna show you 2 of my favorite ways to serve this. Have I convinced you yet to put lemon spaghetti on your menu? So good. My work here is done. I hope you'll try one of these dishes to brighten up your summer. And remember, when it comes to using lemons to make vibrant recipes, you can cook that. Butter makes it better.